What it do, world? It's your boy, Coach Drip, the drippiest of the drip, leader of the Drip Nation. And this is the first episode of the year for MoCo Center. Ooh, I'm happy to be here. Hey, my man Jiggy J. Jones is on assignment right now. Also, OG Ron, GS Snaps, he's on assignment right now. So I'm holding it down, man. And like I said, man, this is MoCo Center. We about to get it in. Oh my gosh, week one is about to be lit, and it's coming up this Friday. Hey man, we have a good show for you guys. We got some coaches, we got some players from some MoCo schools that are coming through. Hey, listen, as always, if you didn't know and you want to know where your team is playing on Friday, hey, right there on the bottom, you see it going past, you see it going on the screen right there? Yeah. And listen, we started MoCo Center last year. We started off with a bang. We had every single school represented every week on MoCo Center. If you didn't know what MoCo Center is, MoCo Center for the OGs is like the old Stuart Scott, Rich Eisen Sports Center, but for the Mo. So every week we have the schools that play each other or that play outside of the county. We put a highlight show on for them. We put on their top fives, and we got concession stand check-in along with the drip report, because you know I'm all about the drip. Coach Drip does not coach the X's and O's. That's for the other coaches. I coach the drip. Hey man, without a further ado, I'm so excited. I don't even know what I'm saying. So I'm just gonna start with our game of the week one. That's what will be the big showdown. Everybody talking about it. Ooh, Paint Branch versus QO. Ooh, Casey Gillum versus Elijah Ba and them Paint Branch boys, Vinny Doe. Hey, we're going to get to see who's the top dog in MoCo. The 4A defending champions, Quince Orchard say, is still them. PB, the new kids on the block trying to take over. We're going to see if it's them. Our next matchup, we have the Wheaton Knights travel to Montgomery Blair. Ooh, that's going to be a big one. The new look Blazers, Coach Nassau leading them for year 7. The new look Wheaton Knights. Hey, Wheaton turned the corner last year. They got some more wins than they previously got in the years before. And they saying, hey, man, this might be a big year for us. And then another juggernaut, another big matchup. The Blake Bengals hosting the Northwest Jaguars. That's going to be a big game. Blake has lost a lot. Everyone's talked about that. But they gained a lot as well. They got some key new additions to the team, and we can't wait to see how they gel. Coach Marshall and them gel them out and see how they do on the field. I can't wait to see that one as well. Now, you talk about some storylines. You want to talk about some storylines. This next one here, BCC travels to Winston Churchill. Ooh, there's some storylines in this one, man. Listen, BCC under Coach Mack is under year 2. We're going to see if they can keep the momentum going. They had a great season last year, but their former coach has gone to Churchill, and they played them week 1. Whoever made this schedule from Montgomery County, they was writing the script, because this one is a big one, man. This one is a big one. Our next game, we got the Clarksburg Coyotes versus the Seneca Valley Screaming Eagles. Hey, man, if you're from Mo County, you know there's a couple of blue bloods in the Mo. And one of them, you know, the Seneca Valley Screaming Eagles, they're trying to get back there. But Clarksburg says not so fast. We may be new, we may be young, but we got a lot of talent up Clarksburg. Got to see Clarksburg versus Blair on Friday. That was some good bump. And I can't wait to see what they do. You got Dominic Malone there, and you got some dogs at both schools. So we're going to see how that one goes this Friday as well. Another blue blood of the Mo, the Damascus Hornets And we got our nephew, Ariel Goldman. He's going to be here chopping it up with us later. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. But Richard Montgomery is looking to bounce back from the season they had last year as well. And I've been hearing some good things about Richard Montgomery. They've been pretty quiet on the social media front, but I've heard some good things about them, and I cannot wait to see what they do as well. You got the Springbrook Blue Devils and the Springbrook Blue versus the Einstein Titans. Hey, Einstein got some new uniforms. They got some new cherry red jerseys. Now, for some of you guys, you might not understand why they have red. Back in the day when I used to play in MoCo football, they did used to have red jerseys. I think back then they weren't even called the Titans; they were called the Adams or something, or they had an Adam as their logo. I don't remember for sure. Coach Drip old, so don't quote me. But I remember red being their primary color back in the day, and that was so dope. Hey, listen, this next matchup, the Northwood Gladiators versus Watkins Mill. These two teams are going to be. I'm gonna go ahead and say I think these two teams are going to be better this year. I did see on the drip side that Northwood has changed their helmets, and I don't know. I got to see the full uniform. They haven't shown me yet, so I got to see before I critique. And and we got some of their coaches on here as well today, and they're going to talk about their team as well moving forward. But Watkins Mills looked to rebound from their season last year and improve. And the next game, this one, when we talk about the Blue Bloods, Magruder Colonels versus the Sherwood Warriors. Sherwood is just mad at everybody. If you put out a ranking, it don't matter if it's your ranking, they coming to your page, they let you know they're the best team in the Mo to them. And this year they said they're going to improve it. I always tell the kids, I don't talk too much. Meet me at States. And Sherwood said, Coach Drip, we're going to meet you at States. Magruder is looking to have a good year as well. Last year I got to see them play, and I will tell you, that's one team that fights, man. They fight like a mug, and I don't mean physically on the field like fighting and getting ejected. I mean they're never out of a game because they got so much heart. It's good to watch. I think they're going to be pretty good this year. We have this coach on the show, and people are expecting big things out of them. You got Walter Johnson at Gaithersburg High School. Listen, I have an affinity for Walter Johnson because I like their colors. And they got a quarterback, number 11, Jake Forberger. He is a dog. And I think he's going to have a big season this year. And he kicks it off against Gaithersburg as Gaithersburg continues to retool and reload this season. We're going to see what they do. Last year was an off season for them after the year that they had previously. But we're going to see what they do. And hopefully they come back and they bounce back. Hey, MoCo football is good when Gaithersburg is good. It was somebody said yesterday Florida State football, college football is good when Florida State is good. Well, MoCo football is good when Gaithersburg is good. So we're going to see. We got the Walt Whitman Vikings going to Kennedy. Now, I got to actually cover this game last year. I went to this game last year, and I'm not going to get to the concession stands check in yet because it was really cold. But I'm going to say this. If you're listening out there to all the schools, if you want to win Coach Drip over, I can't eat cold nachos. That's all I'm going to say about that. Kennedy is the home team here. I went to Kennedy. It was extremely cold. Last year was a good game, but Whitman has a great running game, and I'm interested to see. Kennedy had some success last year too, and they got some dogs over there. So I'm interested to see if they bounce back and they have a good season as well. Last game, we got the Poolsville Falcons going to Winters Mill. Now, some of y'all coaches, you can tell me, I don't really know what Winters Mill is. I know it's not in the Mo. So, out of all the games, as y'all know, Coach Drip has no favorites. This is the game where I have a favorite. So, Hey, let's go Poolsville. Let's go Poolsville. Hey man, I cannot wait. And that's all of week one. As I said earlier, Coach Drip, myself, Jiggy J Jones, we will be at the Paint Branch Clint Orchard game this week. We'll talk about what we're going to be at week two. I'm going to bring a coach in from Walter Johnson High School, Coach Fiddler. Coach Fiddler, how you doing this morning, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm amped. I'm pumped. You can see, as you can see, man, I'm amped, man. Hey,
Yep.
we are back, MoCo Center. First time on here for you, man. How you doing? I mean, how's your morning going, man? Tell everybody how's your morning going before we go
Oh,
anywhere else.
it's going well. Celebrating a birthday in our family this weekend and getting ready to go. It's only 64 degrees where we are, but we're gonna go float down the river over here in West Virginia, where I'm from West Virginia. Uh, but I appreciate you being so accommodating, and I wanted to make sure to be on this because you're trying to promote the young people in MoCo, and as somebody who moved into MoCo 3 years ago, it's got a huge place in my heart already.
Yeah, good to hear that. Also, happy birthday to your family member. Today's my sister's birthday, everyone. So I want to say happy birthday to my sister. I know she's probably not watching, but she'll watch it later. So
Hey,
happy
happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
her.
her too.
Yes, yes. So you said you've been here for 3 years. Can we get your coaching background? Let us know, how you got to coaching Walter Johnson.
Yeah, well, I had some pretty bad injuries in my high school career. But I was lucky enough. My father was a Division II head coach at the time at the college level. So I got to spend my time in college, you know, learning the game, the way it was played at that level, and coaching tight ends. At the D2 level, a lot of times not all the coaches are making any money even. That you're doing it because you love the game and you're trying to learn and get better. So I got to do that for 5 seasons. I also coached for 5 seasons in Europe. So I did 2 years in Germany as an offensive coordinator with two of the best teams in Europe. And then I did 3 years as a head coach for a club in Sweden. And I was also the offensive coordinator for Sweden's national team. So that was a lot of fun. Got to coach. There's got a lot of good players over there too on our junior national team. So like the high school age kids, when we won the European Championship, we had 9 guys with D1 offers. Um, so football's good over there. I've been a head coach over in West Virginia. That's where I started off as a head coach. Um, I did that for 2 years and took my lumps playing some really good competition. Um, I've been an assistant at a high school, South Charleston High School, here in West Virginia, and then I'm going into my third year as the head coach at Walter Johnson. A school that I really love.
Okay, okay. And we're going to talk more about Walter Johnson now. In your 3 years that you've been there, you've had pretty good success at Walter Johnson, you would say?
Yeah, especially that first year. Coach Hurd, our athletic director, he really did a great job with the program at Walter Johnson and got things really rolling. So I stepped into a really fortunate situation. Our community is great in supporting our student athletes and our programs. All of our sports programs at the school. And our school does a great job with our administration and teachers and our fellow students. So we went 9-3 and had a great season. We felt like even two of those games that we lost, that we had a chance at the end to play well and have a chance to win. And you know sometimes the game doesn't go your way when you look up, even when you think you played pretty well. And we talk to our guys a lot about be able to look yourself in the mirror after a game and after practices, and how you handle yourself in life. And if you can look yourself in the mirror and know that you did your best, then when we look up at the scoreboard, we'll find out which end of it we came out on.
Gotcha.
Last season, we stepped back a little bit. We started only one returning starter on offense last year. And on defense, I think maybe we started four returning starters. So, we had a lot of learning to do, but, we worked through that. And, we're able to win a playoff game still, so that was a positive. Uh, and this year, the thing I asked the guys to do was, let us coach you hard and give great effort every day, and put a lot into learning what we're trying to do, and we'll find some success. And I tell them all the time, the W's and L's, they only go by my name. So, you 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 put in that great effort every day, and do what we ask of you, and as long as we're asking you to do something safe, then do it full speed. So.
Hey, I love that philosophy, Coach. I love that philosophy. Now, this year, you guys are going into the season with a lot of expectations from the outside. As a coach, how do you block that? How do you protect your players from that? How do you talk to them about handling that?
We just take it one play at a time. Like, and I'm being genuine. I talk to the guys. Let's say they mess up on a play, even in practice. We got to have a next play mentality, because let's say we do poorly on a play. Well, we can't completely shut down. We got to move on to the next play. Let's say we do great. Well, we can't live in that great feeling. We've got to move on to the next play. And I know that sounds like coach speak, but we all in life, we all do great things and we all make mistakes, and it's how we bounce back from 'em, is how we're gonna find success as we move forward. And success is always measured differently no matter what. And you're gonna get pats on the back in life, and you're gonna get people telling you that you can't be successful in life. So just keep moving forward is what we're going to do. And we don't, if we have high expectations for us, then we're going to try and live up to them. And if we have low expectations for us, then we're going to try and raise that bar. And not, I don't hear a lot of the noise myself. And I try and be positive with everybody I interact with in life. And if somebody you know ever wants to put us up high and being mentioned, well, we got to live up to it. And if people don't, then it's okay. We'll work hard and see what happens.
Got you. Got you. Let me, matter of fact, before I go there, we've had a conversation, got to know each other a little bit through the DMs. I thank you for that. You seem like a coach that has a certain, how can I say this, drippiness. I think you care about the drip a little bit, Coach. Uh, Let me ask you: you guys got some new uniforms this year? Are you guys excited about those? And like, I don't know how you're gonna do it. Do you want to tell the people what you're wearing week one? That's up to you.
Oh, I mean, I don't personally in life have a lot of drippiness, but I know, you know, looking at Coach Drip right there on the screen, I know how much you promote that, and I think it's good for the kids. And they had a hand in helping design the uniforms. I'm from West Virginia, like I said, and I knew another Kelly Green and White team, so we looked at Marshall University. And when I was in eighth grade, my father was on the staff there, and then
Okay.
I got to be on their staff. For a few months before I went back to Europe. I did stuff with recruiting and stuff like that. So, Randy Moss was a big deal whenever I was growing up, especially we played his high school didn't exist anymore by the time I got to high school. They had
Okay.
consolidated, but we would play DuPont in middle school football and middle school basketball and all that. So everybody knew Randy Moss, and we were all fans of him. So growing up, watching Randy Moss and Chad Pennington and Byron Leftwich and all those great players that they had, I knew that the color scheme matched up with some good looking uniforms. So we kind of modeled them off those, and with our helmet design changing a little bit. Uh, so it's not exactly Marshall, but close enough. And on the current staff, I went to Glenville State College, and that's where my parents went. My dad was the head coach there.
Okay. Okay.
Marshall's new head coach played at Glenville State, so
Okay.
um, they're I don't know, felt some connections to that, and I just knew it looked good. But in terms of what we're going to wear week, I don't care for people to know what we wear each week. It's fine. In college, you always had to send it to the other team anyway, so that way, you didn't wear something that looked too similar. But we're going to go all white for the first game, and a lot of that's dealing with the heat. It hasn't been too hot, but I talked to the guys the other day. You think you guys are putting it in fifth gear in practice, but it's a different gear that you're playing at whenever it's a game. Um, and we want to fight against cramping and those kind of things. So we're gonna go all white.
Got you. Hey, man. I'm going to let you get up out of here. But before I
All right.
let you get up out of here, let me get you to shout out some of your players or some of your coaches that, you guys, you know, you guys did that you think that stand out, that's going to stand out this year. Um, give some shouts out to your coaching staff because I know they help you a lot tremendously. So here's the floor to you.
Yeah, I mean it's hard when we. One thing I'll say, when you got a program with over 100 student athletes in it, and we've got a coaching staff of 9 total. It's hard to single people out, because you want to. For one, we work on a team mentality, team first, and then we talk to the guys that your accolades will come from being a good member of the team, and what I'll say, in general about my coaching staff, I have a coaching staff that I feel so great about. They work so hard with our guys. They do what I ask of them in terms of how we're going to coach them. Our JV staff this year, I couldn't be happier with, how they're bringing along, the guys that'll or keep replenishing the varsity for the future. They've got 51 young men who they're coaching, and that can be very tough. When you're trying to develop so many young guys. Um, and then our on varsity, we've got 56, and
Mm,
we've got our coaching staff on that side. I know Coach Bernil, our defensive coordinator. And I've got a lot of great coaches. I just want to say his name because I know you know him, and but he does a great job, as do all of my coaches. And like I said, they coach the kids with a lot of heart and a lot of love for them, and they do a great job getting them ready. Um, and then player wise, I mean, you mentioned Jake Forberger, so I'll talk about him for a second. Jake is an amazing leader of our team. He tries to do everything right. He tries to hold himself accountable and others accountable, for playing the game the way that we feel it should be played, and that's in the weight room and on the practice field especially. Um, and I'm excited for Jake to have a good season. Um, we're looking at potentially, I think the number is going to be 9 seniors are going to start on offense, um, week 1, and I think that it's projecting either 10 or 9 or 10 seniors are going to start on defense.
mm,
Um, so some of those are guys that cross over, but we've got the last count was 24 seniors on our team. Um, so that it's a good number. We've got some young guys that are going to step up too in other places, and we put a big emphasis on special teams and having a great role within our team. Um, so there's going to be young guys that are going to be making plays out there, even if they aren't the first guy up whenever we call for an offense or defense. Um, I know Torian Sirleaf has had a great season last season. He averaged over 5 yards a carry. He's back at running back. And Dan Gershon he'll be a 3rd-year starter on our offensive line. He started on that 9-3 team as a sophomore. And he does a great job of leading his position group. He is also, I want to mention this, he's a great advocate for our allied softball and pickleball and bocce, and he does a lot of work with our LFI students as well, his fellow classmates, and encourages, his teammates to go to their games. And so I thought that's the thing that needs to be mentioned with him. And there are one guy, especially on defense. There's so many on defense that they run hard to the football. But one guy I want to mention that I think should be is Xavier Alexander Pounds, who plays on the edge for us. He is 6'3", I don't know, 200 and whatever, can run, gets after the quarterback, does whatever. But another thing with him also is, you know, the person that he is and how he treats others is really exceptional. And you know, I have a lot of guys on our team. It's hard to, you know, single people out, but I wanted to mention a few that have, you know, been around, and there's a lot of those guys, and hopefully we'll have a great season. I don't know what the W's and L's will look like, but we're gonna work hard.
Hey,
And I appreciate what you're doing for MoCo.
thank you. I appreciate what you're doing for MoCo as well. I'm gonna let you get up out of here because I know you got to go handle that for your family. Happy birthday to your family member as well. And I can't wait to Coach 3X,
I
3X,
got you. I
3X.
have one. I have one for you. I just need
Yes,
to see it.
sir.
All
Yes,
right.
sir. You have a good one, Coach.
Hey, thank you so much. Bye.
Yes, that's Walter Johnson at Gaithersburg this week. Ooh, we gonna see what the new look Walter Johnson team does. And listen, I think they're gonna have a good season, man. I think they're gonna have a really good season. We're gonna get to see them. Hey, man, I'm gonna go to right now. I believe they're in Rockville. I believe they're stationed in Rockville. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna bring in my main man, Coach Brown from Northwood, and my main man, Coach Kales from Northwood. How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing today?
Hey,
Drip, what's
hey.
going on?
Thanks for
Hey,
having us.
no problem, man. Y'all are the school on University Boulevard, opposite of Blair. You guys are the Northwood Gladiators, and tell everybody, you know, about you and how you got into coaching and how you got to Northwood. Let's go with you, Coach Brown, first.
All right. Well, yeah, this is my fourth year coaching here at Northwood as a head coach. I just grew up in Montgomery County playing football for Tacoma Park Rams, and just loved it ever since. I had great youth coaches and really instilled the values, and that's why I became a teacher and, who I am now. But yeah, then I went to BCC high school and, I assisted over there. So, but I always been, I lived in Silver Spring, and so always been fond of Northwood and knew people who grew up and went there. So, and I know the history. And so when the job was offered, I applied twice. And so the second time I got it, I really wanted to appreciate it. I really wanted to see if I could turn it around. And so that's my goal here.
So before I get to you, Coach Kales, Coach Brown, I take it you're fairly young if you knew people that went to Northwood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And here's a little trash talk. You said you played for the Rams.
Yeah.
I was a Rosemary Raider. So,
I know a lot of people from over there, but I know that when I was playing for Tacoma, we were holding it down, so it was a good time.
I ain't gonna lie to you, y'all definitely did. I came with Rosemary. Matter of fact, my year was the first year that we actually was rebuilding, and we actually took that next step. It was a good team. Before me, we sucked. I was a Firebird as well. If anybody out there that's old school,
Firebirds too.
I played for the Firebirds as well. So,
okay.
Coach Kales, man, let me get you. What brought you to Northwood? What got you into coaching, man?
Man, so I've been coaching practically my whole life. So Coach Brown, he's been a great friend of mine. Our families know each other. Our older brothers know each other. They played together at BCC. Me and Coach Brown played together at BCC. I missed the Raiders by 1 year, but I played for Silver Spring Saints and the old school White Oak Warriors with the Michigan helmets.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So this is my fourth year at Northwood, my third year as defensive coordinator. So when Coach Brown got the call, when he gave me the call and told me he had the head coaching job, I was like, man, we're in Silver Spring, hometown, one. Like he said, we know a lot of people graduate from Northwood. I'm a foreigner, and the whole school, but practically a lot of the school and a lot of our student athletes are foreigners too. So we adapt to the same things. We have a lot of the same culture. So I was just like, man, it's a match made in heaven right now. Just trying to turn the corner, get the program building, You know what I'm saying? With the new school, it's a lot now, having our kids going from Silver Spring all the way to Rockville and back and forth. But man, we working it, and we're looking forward.
It's ironic that you mentioned the White Oak Warriors and with the Michigan helmets because again, Rosemary. If you know the ties, Coach Glenny, he coached for Rosemary first, and then he went over to White Oak. So that's pretty dope, man. That's pretty dope. So to both of you, let me ask you this question. Um, Northwood traditionally has had some struggles. Um, and you being in your fourth season, Coach Brown, what do you like the struggles that you guys do have? How do you overcome those? Because I know it's a lot. I mean, having to travel. This is I don't remember the last time I know when I was in school, when I was at Blair going to the new Blair, I remember Einstein might have been at Northwood. So I remember that was a school. Einstein and Kennedy actually was at Northwood. So could you guys talk some of the challenges you guys face? Because you did mention you guys being in Rockville, but being in school in Silver Spring.
Yeah, it's a big challenge. I mean, I've been assisting a while, and I was at BCC when we were moving back and forth. But at Northwood, it's just a different challenge because of the demographics and kind of the distance of where the holding school is, and then the field usage. Just with how society is now, it's hard to get buses, and so it's a lot of transportation issues with and people not having cars. So with all the issues, it's always, a blessing as well because now we're just learning how to stay sharp. So we know that when we have 3 hours or if we have 2 hours, that's all the amount of time we have. And so now that it's my fourth year, it's just building a sense of urgency and the sense of just everybody being on the same page with what we have. And I think this year is finally the year where we're all actually on the same page with what we have. And it's just being honest with what we have and letting everything else take care of itself.
Now, let me ask you this, Coach Brown, and this is something I usually do for any school for real. Actually, every school that I've come in contact with, and you know, you've shown us love. You're one of the coaches that I do see that be paying attention to what we do post and things of that nature. So for somebody that's from the community, I mean, you played for the Como Park Rams. He played for White Oak. We family at the end of the day. We got cousins, you know what I'm saying? We cousins for real. How could someone like myself or someone in the community help you guys?
Well, that's good. Coach Cowles might have something to say, but I would definitely say just having us being able to promote the kids and showing them that they got avenues at every school because they see this stuff on social media and they're like, oh, well, I'm going to QO because they know that they're winning games or they're doing this and they might get a scholarship. But when you provide opportunities like this online, even the kids at Norfolk are like, okay, we're getting our shine too. And just so they know that the avenues are open everywhere. You just got to push. And there's great coaches at all these schools. And that's what I also enjoy at Montgomery County, as hard as it is. Just knowing different coaches and their situations and how they are coaching the kids so that kids know that if they do what they do, that they can still get to college or make money, however they do it. So just having these opportunities for us to show, because I used to, as a high school student, I used to love the MoCo sports show and all of that, watching Chris Kelly and being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be like that. And so that just having these opportunities is a blessing.
Coach Cowles?
Just to show them that they don't have the shorter end of the stick per se. Like just to show them that they're also a part of this, part of MoCo football, they're part of MCPS. They feel like I just want to show them that they're loved and they're also cared for. You know what I'm saying? Student athletes or even just being a student coming to school. With the situation we're in now, even though we're in a newer school, them traveling, they feel like they got the shorter end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things have to change, a lot of times have to change, a lot of people have to take public transportation. So we just want to know that they're in community. You know what I'm saying? We're all a family and they're here, they're also cared for. So once again, telling you thank you and appreciate it, because this means a lot not only to us, as coaches, our program, and also our players, even letting our players know over the week that, yeah, we might be highlighted this week. They were just like, really, 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 coach? Like, and I was just like, yeah, yes, sir. Like, definitely. You guys deserve it too as well. The record might not show it from previous years. They every year they face adversity and they overcome it every single year.
Hey, listen, man. I strongly feel every kid deserves a spotlight. I was in a similar situation as you guys as far as our record when I was at Blair. I mean, if you guys remember Blair before, you know what it used to be. Um, and they've done a good job of changing that up. And I hope the same success for you guys as well, because we need
Appreciate it.
we need these kids. We need these kids to see that they're loved and they cared for. And one thing I know about us growing up in Mo County, a lot of kids that needed the attention didn't get the attention, and then they veered the wrong way. You know what I mean? And if I could be somebody that helps them veer, keep the right way and help you guys keep them going the right way and show them some love, that's all I'm about, man. That's all this is about. To help put
Appreciate it.
on. And I'm glad, to be honest with you, every year we've had a team that we didn't know that was going to either be good or that we was going to we wanted to find that team to latch on to. The first year, of course, because I went to Blair. The second year, Einstein was pretty good, and we got to show them love. Last year was Rockville, so hopefully it's this year we can keep this connection going, and keep putting in for Northwood, because you guys. I mean, you guys on University Boulevard too. We us Blake, I think we can share a little bit of a University Boulevard. Well, I don't know if Blair's gonna say the same thing, but I'm just joking. You said you got some of your kids in here. I'm looking down. Is Jeremiah Sterling one of yours?
Yeah, Jeremiah
Yes, sir.
Sterling. Yeah.
Let me bring him on here. Jeremiah, how you doing, nephew? How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good as well. Hey man, welcome to the show.
Appreciate you.
Tell people about yourself. What year are you? What position you play?
I'm a senior, class of 26. I play
Okay,
receiver on corner.
okay. Um, Usually this is what I do to the kids first, help you guys, because like I said, I played first, so I can give you a little game. I'm gonna help you butter up your coaches real quick. Can you talk about how much your coaches have impacted you?
Uh, they really impacted me a lot. Just giving me the opportunity as a sophomore playing on varsity. Just teaching me a lot of things about high school football. So I really appreciate them.
And you said what position you play again?
Receiver and corner.
Okay, I just got you four more balls. I just got you four more balls thrown to you. So remember that, nephew. So can you talk about some of the trials and tribulations you guys have of being Silver Spring School, but also having school in Rockville?
Uh, like the coach was saying, just transportation, and we practice times are shorter. Because, we got to catch the bus. And if we miss the bus, then there's no really way to get home. So just practice times being shorter and just transportation being bad.
Got you, got you. Coach Brown, Anthony Bingham, and Marley Hutchinson are yours too.
Anthony Bingham, and who else?
Marley Hutchinson.
No, not Monty Hutchinson. Just Anthony
Just
Bingham.
Anthony Benham.
I'm gonna bring Anthony in here. Anthony, what's up, nephew?
How you doing, Coach? I'm good.
I'm good. Hey, oh yeah, looking at your profile picture, I think you already followed me.
Yeah,
How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
You see, I'm pumped, man. I'm ready
Yes,
for the
sir.
season, man. I'm ready to see what y'all do. Can you tell the
Yes,
people who
sir.
you are, your class, and what position you play?
My name's Anthony Bingham. I'm in the class 2026. So I'm a senior this year. I really play, pretty much every position, but my main positions are running back and linebacker. But I do also play, D tackle, DN. Anywhere that coach really needs me.
Okay. And speaking of which, since I know you just heard me talking to your teammate, trying to help you out too, man. Talk about your coaches, man.
I will say, Coach Brown, Coach Kels, uh, they came into the program, when I was a freshman. So Coming into Northwood, they was the first two coaches. I think Coach Kells was the first coach. No, Coach Brown was really the first coach that I spoke to, because when I was in 8th grade, I was coming to the workouts, and Coach Brown, he was introducing me to all the coaches, and it was really welcoming. And I feel like the coaching style between Coach Brown and Coach Kells, they really push us to be the best that we could be, and they make us strive for excellence, like trying to change the culture. We don't settle for nothing less, and I feel like it's really going to reflect in this upcoming season.
Got you. Now, to both of you young men, how important is it to be a student athlete? The student part is actually the most important part. So, how important is that to you guys?
Well,
it's really you can go.
now you go ahead, Jamal.
It's really important because without the student part, football is nothing because you need
Mm,
the grades to play football. So it's really important to make sure you're locked in the classroom and
Yeah.
on the field. So just balancing both of those things, you know.
okay.
Now
Anthony?
I will say, um, with me and Jeremiah, like growing up in the same household, like our parents, they like really preach, academic excellence. And I feel like my parents, they always drill us, specifically my father, like he like really drills into our head, like you have to be good in the classroom in order to be good on the field. Because if you can't do what you need to do in the classroom, how can your coach, you know, trust you and expect you to do what you need to do on the field?
Okay. And Coach Brown, let me ask you this. Before I get to, because I got a question for you as well. What other uh, kids did you have tell to come on here? Oh, these
I
were only
think
two.
these were only two. I think Hector Reyes might be here if
He
he's on
was
there.
here earlier, but I don't know where he went.
Okay.
My main man Hector, man, come on, man, come on, Hector.
He was
Let's get back to.
traveling. He was traveling, so he might have
Oh,
bad connection at the
hey, listen. Passport Shorty, I don't, yeah, my main man Hector, man. Hey, so let's get to some fun questions. All right, I'm gonna go with you, Coach Brown, first. You know what I'm about. I'm about to drip. Listen, I think y'all got some extraordinary colors. I wore those colors when I was younger. Um, and I had the drip on. And back in the day, we used to wear the hoop sock, the one hoop sock with the tight. Oh, I'm not gonna get into that. But you guys got some drip, man. Could you tell the people about what they could expect from you guys this year? Y'all got new uniforms, or what's going on over there?
Well, we're still at Norfolk. We're gonna have some extra new uniforms the following year, but this year we
Okay.
did go with a new helmet. I guess we kind of modeling off of the like Ohio State look. And we got some new decals. I like old school. I like to keep it like the same, nice and plain. I just wanted numbers on the side, but the players have talked, and we probably put the what is it called? Our mascot is going to be on the side of our helmet. We
So,
have those coming in.
so y'all got white pants, black jerseys, black jerseys, correct?
Yeah, we got the black and the white jerseys. We also have the red. And
Okay,
we really like the red, the gray red, and the gray pants.
okay. So nephews, I'm gonna go to Anthony first. What's your favorite uniform combination?
I, I gotta say the all blacks. You can't go wrong with all black.
Okay. And Jeremiah,
Uh, I like the white jerseys with the red pants.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I do too. I do too. That's I
That's
like
it
that.
right there.
I like those. I like that combination. Um, Let me get you guys one word to describe this team. I'm gonna start with my nephews. Jeremiah.
uh, I would say dedicated.
Ooh, okay. Anthony.
I'll probably say change.
Okay. Coach Kels.
Resilient.
Okay. Coach Brown.
Unity.
All of these answers were great. There was not one wrong answer, and I cannot wait to see what you guys do. Hey, listen, any final words from you guys? Anybody?
What you say, 2X?
3X.
Yeah.
3X.
Now I'm gonna be in 2X next year. This year I'm still 3X, still a big guy, but 3X, yes, sir.
Yes.
Matter of fact, before I even get you guys off here, let the people know why this Friday you guys should come out to you guys at Watkins Mill.
To be honest, I feel like not even trying to like throw any shade or anything, but I know who I got on my side, you know. I got faith in
Ooh.
my guys, and I know how we expect to go out and play, and I just feel like we're the better team at the end of the day.
Okay. Anybody else?
I
I
feel
would
like
say
this is
just
going.
oh,
Oh, go ahead, Jeremiah.
I would say all the work we put in this summer is really gonna show on Friday, playing all these tough teams we did in the summer. I feel like it's really gonna show. So
Coach Kels.
I feel like it's just going to be a bang, man. I feel like both programs are on the up. We both had not too promising years last year, maybe the year before, and I feel like we both bringing back great athletes. You know what I'm saying? They have a couple of athletes over there. I know their quarterback and their running back. They're both seniors. They're bringing their back. We have two seniors on right now that are two great student athletes. So I just feel like it's going to be a great game. I feel like people think it might be lower football because of the two teams that they see, but both of us are on the up. Like they said, like Ann said, there's a lot of change happening, and both teams are resilient. No matter what happens, they always show up. Each year after each year, they always show up.
Coach Brown, take us home.
Yes, sir. And I'm proud of what Coach Wilson has been doing up there, and so we're just ready to battle. Everything that we put in over the summer and in the fall and the winter, now it's time to let it go.
Hey man, I cannot wait to see you guys. Thank you guys for coming on. Hey, listen, this is what I said. This is my first time. I meant to say it to Coach Fiddler as well. But I'm gonna say this to you guys. If I have a platform, we have a platform. So
Appreciate it.
thank y'all for coming on. Thank y'all for all y'all do for the community, especially being some Mo boys. Thank y'all. And we can't wait to see y'all this week versus Watkins Mill, man. Hey,
Yes,
it's gonna
sir.
be a good season. Let's go.
appreciate you, Coach.
Appreciate you,
Yes,
Coach
sir.
Drip.
Yes, sir. We got Watkins Mill versus Northwood this Friday. Ooh, and I think that's gonna be a good one, man. Both teams are on the up and up, and we're gonna see
Yes,
what
sir.
they do. And we're gonna see if they can have great seasons. And we'll see, man. We're gonna see. We're not gonna do too much more rapping. I'm gonna get back to what I was doing, and I got my main man, Coach Marshall. Yes, sir. Coach Marshall of the Blake High School. He is here. How you doing, Coach Marshall?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm well, man. I'm well, man. This is a long time coming, man. We got some mutual friends that know each other that have been trying to get me to get with you for a long time, man. Not gonna lie to you. Joseph Charles is one of them, a Blake alumni. He told me, he was like, man, you got to get with Coach Marshall. So Freddie Davis, he told me I got to get with you. So I'm glad we finally get the link up, man. I'm so glad that we get the link up. And tell the people, man. Tell the people about yourself. I know a little bit about you because I circle, but tell me about you.
I went to Northwood High School. So I'm definitely a Coach Brown fan. So thank you for having him on. And I do like the fact that he's going to the Ohio State look because when I coached there, we tried that one year, the silver helmets, stuff like that. But I started coaching at Northwood High School, I think, when I was 20. And now some 15 years later between Northwood, Einstein being the offensive coordinator at Blake, and then the JV head coach at Blake. Now I'm entering my fourth year here at Blake High School.
Oh, so this is only your fourth year.
As the head coach, yes, but I've been at Blake for I think I've been at Blake for probably 10 years total now.
Okay. That's good to hear. Okay, so that kind of threw me off because I thought you were there a little bit longer as the head coach. So fourth year. Okay, so this is your first. So your freshmen, your seniors were with you when you started.
Yeah. So when I was the head coach, so actually let me back up. The year after COVID, when we came back, that was my last year coaching JV. And then I got the head coaching job the following winter. And I brought up pretty much my whole JV group. Well, they just graduated. But this class right here, the one that entered when I was the varsity head coach. So yeah, this is my first full cycle with this group.
Okay. So what got you into coaching?
I think I was home for the summertime, and our head coach at Northwood, Coach Harris, asked me to just help him out. And I was like, sure, whatever. I didn't really, think much of it. I just said I would do it, and was a part of a community service project that I was doing for my school. And I just ended up liking it. And so what happened was, like, I would just come home when I could and help coach. And then the following year, like, I was really like involved in game planning and all of that stuff. And if you know me, I'm very competitive. So it was just something that I could do to kind of, not only help kids, but kind of, help myself with that competitive edge. If you would have asked me years ago, would I be sitting here as a head coach? I would have told you no. But over the years, it's definitely something I fell in love with. And like I said, I still love it to this day. And like I said, I hope I can continue to keep making a positive impact in our community.
Hey, and I want to thank you for that, man. You being from Mo County as well and just giving back is big for us, man. It's big for us to do this for these kids because we grew up with people that we know that, we might have went right and they went left. And unfortunately, I'm glad that you're helping so many continue to go right. So let's get to these Blake Bengals, though. Last year, you guys were, I'm just going to say it, you guys resembled the greatest show on turf. Although you guys played on grass.
Yeah.
You guys lost a lot of seniors that were great players on your team. Joey Farteroy, Kirby Madsen, Jeremiah Alike Ford, Zaire Richardson, Kai Cooper. Some of those names I named, they were Coach Drip All-Stars. They played in the Drippy Bowl as well. So, man, how did you guys bounce back from what you guys lost and moving forward to you moving to 4A this year too?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a great challenge. We're excited for it. Like I said, once I found out we were going into 4A, like I kind of knew that our off season had to be different because you got to go through some of those heavy hitters that everybody knows about. So obviously losing those 4 wideouts and quarterback will be a huge loss. But I think hopefully our culture and our program has been built up for the last 4 years that people know that people graduate, but tradition should not. We expect to continue to win. We expect to continue to play Blake football. Now, as you mentioned, I'm a coach where I adapt to my players. So last year we had a quarterback and 4 wideouts. So we aired it out a bit more. This year, we're still figuring some things out, but we feel like we have a plan for what we're going to do this year. So the plan is to still win. Now, how we win, how we score, how we defend, that may change. But I hope that our culture and standard hasn't changed with the graduation of the class of 2025.
I will say, Coach, I'm going to say this to you, man to man, what you have built, being from the South, I call it South Mo. Yeah. But being from the South Mo, seeing what you guys built, I'm old enough that my sophomore year was Blake's first year in existence. Okay. So seeing where you guys have gone and the amount of, the amount of praise you guys are getting outside of the walls of Blake is amazing to see. I mean, who would have thought, 20-some years later, you guys will be considered one of those powerhouse teams in Montgomery County. And your coaching staff, you've had, from what I've heard, you've had coaches that have left the program and went to be head coaches other places. So I want to say to you, I tip my hat off to you. I see somebody here that's one of my nephews.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm going to bring him in. Your starting quarterback, Wilton Cameron. What's up, nephew?
Should be
So, how you doing, man?
In there.
Doing good.
What'd you say, Coach?
There should be one more, Marley Hutchinson. He
I
might
got
be.
him. See, I knew that was yours too.
All right.
And I got Marley Hutchinson here as well. He reps. See, you know you're doing a good job as a
Oh man,
coach
I cannot.
when your kids come on the show and they got the clothes on. And they got it when they repping the logo. Hey, what's up with you two, man? How you guys doing?
Hey, you, coach, I'm good.
Will, how you doing, man?
I think he got his microphone off.
Yeah, he was my nephew. He already know. Like I'm gonna get him when I see him because he's not paying attention right now. But coach, moving from Kirby Manson, that set so many records, that set the world on fire, pretty much when it comes to the state. Um, how do you go from him to Wilt and continue the same success?
Well, like I said, I'm a coach that builds around our team and our players. Wilt has a different skill set that Kirby has. They're both going to be good quarterbacks coming out of Blake High School. And like I said, you just kind of figure out what Wilt's strengths are and what he can and cannot do, and you kind of build an offense around that. I think the whole county will see that Kirby was more sitting in the pocket, kind of dot you up type of quarterback. Wilt's more of an athlete back there that can still throw the ball. So obviously there'll be some things that we do offensively with Wilt that we couldn't do with Kirby last year, but it's vice versa.
I got you, Marley. How you doing, nephew, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm fine.
I got you, got you.
Just
Tell
enjoying the
tell
weekend
tell
as
the
well.
people out there that don't know who you are, your what year you are, and what position you play.
I'm a senior, class of 26. I play running back, linebacker as well, but primarily running back. And I got there when Marshall was going into his first year of coaching, when Kirby and all of them was still sophomores. So they was a young team, and it was just cool seeing them all play for real. But now that I'm in their position now, it's just like I know what they felt like. So that's all.
Okay. Well, Cameron, one of my favorite nephews. I got to know him from Dime U. He's a Dime U kid. Put that up to you.
That's
Um,
all you talk about.
yeah, I mean, that's all. That's all there is to talk about is the U, man. But
One over there.
hey, how you doing, Will? How you doing, nephew? For the people that's
Doing
out
good.
there, tell them what class you are. Tell them what position you play.
My name is Wilton, class of 2027. I'm a junior. I play quarterback, and I could also play anything skill on the field, any skill position.
Well, I can attest to that. That is true. Um, well, let me ask you this question, man. Um, you know, you coming in some big shoes to fill, right?
Yeah.
How do you keep yourself composed? How do you keep yourself focused? And how does Coach Marshall help you do that as well?
Me, I just take it day by day. I just take the criticism, like when I mess up, when Coach Marshall tells me like stuff I gotta do better at, I'm not really supposed to take it to heart, but I take it to heart and like try like to focus on like getting better from it. Like just doing what I gotta do, just doing my job, I think is like the biggest key of having a successful season.
Okay, okay. Will both Will and Marley. Let me ask you this question. Last year, you guys were coming off a lot of success. Marley, you was on that team last year. Um, moving forward, you guys are moving up to 4A. So, how does that challenge? What does that challenge present to you, and how are you guys ready for it, or you guys anxious for it? Or, let me know.
Go ahead,
Mm,
Will.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. When I heard that we was moving up to 4A, it wasn't really a big shock for me. I'm like, it's just another team in another jersey.
Mm, okay, okay. What about you, Marley?
Like Marshall was saying, the standard didn't change. Regardless of competition wise, we're still the same Blake. We hope to be the same Blake. And as long as everybody's on one page, and as long as we're a well-oiled machine, I don't really see us losing no games this year. Like week one, everybody has their predictions, all this, woo. But like I said, I won't be surprised if we come off on a comfortable win week one, and That's really it.
Okay, so Coach Marshall, yeah, there are a lot of pundits out there. See, on MoCo Center, what we don't do is we don't give predictions. I ain't there yet. I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, yeah, they're gonna win. No, I'm not doing that yet. I'm just here to show the love. So there are a lot of people saying you guys are going into a challenging week one. Um, would you like to speak about your week one opponent?
I mean, every week is a challenge. We don't take anybody lightly. We practice hard Monday through Thursday, and we try to show up on Friday. But we are tired of hearing people say that we haven't played nobody the last couple of years, and kind of putting our accomplishment in the last couple of years down. So, like I said, Northwest has been a great program since they opened up their school back in the late '90s. So we're excited for the challenge week one. And like I said, we've been working hard just like they probably have since January to get to this moment. Now we're just trying to put everything together, go out there, execute, be disciplined, and like I always tell the kids, give yourself a chance to win in the fourth quarter. Once the fourth quarter comes, all bets are off. The most disciplined, the most physical, mentally and physically team will win the game. So we're excited for each week that we have a chance to compete.
Got you. Um, Here's a fun question. Y'all know who I am. Wilt knows. He knows about Drip Nation. He's part of Drip Nation. Marley, I'm gonna go with you first. What is your favorite uniform combination you guys have?
You can't go wrong with that all white. When we wore all white that one time when we went to the paint branch, that was like the most iciest. That had to be the iciest. But the black and white, the white top and black bottoms, that go hard too for sure.
What about you, Wilt?
I'm cool with the all black. Really, all black. Can't go wrong.
Okay. Coach Marshall, this is a two-part. Which one is your favorite? And based on your answer, I'm gonna ask another question.
My favorite, honestly, is the black top and the white bottom.
Okay, okay. Now let me ask you this question, Coach. You guys are the Bengals. I don't know if you see me say it, but we need the Bengal helmets back. We need the Bengal helmet. We need the blue jersey, and we need the Bengal helmet back. I don't know, my nephews. Y'all agree with me? Y'all want the Bengal helmet back?
That's not bad.
Hey, we need them back because I remember. So to wrap this up with you guys, one word to describe this year's team. I'm gonna start with you first, Will.
One word. Uh, I don't know. One word. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta get time to think. Hold.
All right, I'm gonna bring you back. Well, you already know. I'm gonna have you on the show later on in the season anyway. But write this down and remember it, and you come back to it. Marley, what's yours?
Determined.
Okay. Coach Marshall.
Angry.
Ooh, okay. Hey, these are the Blake Bengals. They are moving up to 4A this year, and they start their season this year at Northwest High School. We cannot wait to see you. I want to thank you guys for coming on. Coach Marshall, like I told Coach Brown, and I'm telling all the coaches, if I have a platform, we have a platform. Anytime you want your kids to come on here to, just chop it up with us, we'll definitely have you on, and we'll definitely welcome you on, and we thank you for all that you do for the Mo.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's like I said, y'all. We got Blake next. We got Blake actually Blake is at home against Northwest. So that's I can't wait to see that one. We're gonna keep this thing moving. We're gonna keep this thing moving. We're gonna keep this thing moving here. And we're gonna bring in my nephew from Damascus High School, my main man, Ariel Goldman. What's up, nephew?
What's up? How you doing, Coach Drip?
Hey, man, I'm good, man. We've gotten to know each other a little bit. You was on MoCo Media Days. I'm going to give you a brief, matter of fact, talk about your Hornets, man. He goes to Damascus. Tell everybody where you're from, your year, and, what position you play.
I'm Ariel Goldman. I'm currently 6 foot, 245 pounds, playing offensive line and some defensive line, but we're currently focused on offensive line. I come from a school that we've been known to be like huge country kids and all of that, but it's not really that anymore. We're definitely a different program, and we play a different type of football now. And I'm excited for the season to come and everybody to see the type of football team we've become and all the work we've been putting on in the off season.
Okay, that's dope to hear, man. Hey, listen, um, I got to know you, and you guys have been very supportive of us, and I want to say to you, thank you, nephew. Thank you. So you talk about the changes at Damascus because you guys were the Friday Night Lights team of Montgomery County, like the big country guys for a long time, and you saying that it's not like that anymore. What changes have you seen since you've been at Damascus?
I mean, our team used to be just pounding the ball, helmet to helmet, just real like physical football. And we're still playing physical football, but we're playing it more with our heads and not with just hitting. And I think it's really important how the game is evolving to play like that. We're running a lot of different type of offense, a different type of defense, because other teams are running that type of offense too. So we've kind of had to evolve because this year recently we've had to change our defense because we've been running the old school odd front. We've been running the same defense since like before I was even born, you know. And this year we finally changed it. Excuse me. This year we finally changed it, and we've noticed a big difference in how we can stop these big teams. We scrimmaged a lot of really good teams in the offseason, and we've stopped them. Our defense is looking really good, and our offense is finally starting to lock in and connect, and we're starting to make some big plays. So I'm very excited for the first game. We can show our
Okay,
work we've been putting in.
okay. Let me ask you something about Damascus that somebody. Tell the people something about Damascus that they wouldn't know.
Um, we're running triple option this year.
Okay, okay. And how important is being a student athlete? Because the student part is the student. That should be the most important. How important is that to you?
It's the most important, in my opinion. If you don't have your mind right in school and you're not doing everything that you need to be doing in school, how are you going to be doing everything you need to be doing on the field? Um, there's honestly no way to it. If you're not listening to your teachers, you're not getting work done in the school. How are you going to listen to your coaches and get work done on the field?
I can dig that. I can dig that. Talk to me about some of your teammates.
I mean, all my teammates are really talented, really athletic. But you know me as an offensive lineman, I want to shout out everyone on my offensive line. And our quarterback, Logan Romeo, who's coming up, has some big shoes to fill. I think I'm playing left tackle right now. So my right tackle, Alex Lopez, really good player. I think he's like 6'3", 270, really athletic. And I think he has a really good future of football. And we have some undersized guards, but they're really talented, and they've proven that undersized players, like I'm trying to prove, they've proved that undersized players can do everything that huge players can do. So our offensive line is really young, but I think we're going to make some real plays.
Okay, okay. Now, before I get you out of here, let me ask you this question, nephew. You know what I'm about. What's your favorite uniform combination you guys wear?
I think it has to be. That's a hard one. I'm thinking I'm thinking our home jerseys, the green and yellow, and then the yellow pants.
Okay. Okay. One word to describe this team this year with Damascus.
Hungry.
Okay. Hey, listen, man. Anything else you like to say before I let you get up out of here?
Nah, thank you for having me. I always appreciate you and everything you do for Montgomery County. And yeah, just thank you for having me.
Hey, man. Thank you for being the great young man that you are. Hey, that's Ariel Goldman from Damascus High School. This week they play Richard Montgomery at home. Hey, man. And as we about to get to the end of this show, yes, sir. You know, I had to take it back home. 51 University Boulevard. Hey, man, I got my OG Coach Urso, and I got my man, Coach Sam Nassau. How you fellas doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
I thought Nassau was going to get on here with something, a prop, maybe, but I understand some technical difficulties at the moment. So
I think his props are the two little girls that he has now that are keeping him busy.
that's what I was. That's hilarious. Oh man! So I end this show this year with my home team, the school I went to. Coach Urso, man, we've been at this thing now 3-4 years, man. You guys have helped us tremendously in the growth of MoCo Center and just 613 Sports. Um, how's everything going on 51?
It's good, man. We're ready to go week 1, so it's exciting. Exciting to get back to breaking down film and game planning and all those things that you do leading up to the first week of September. So yeah, I mean we're chomping at the bit. We're ready to go.
Okay, and you guys got Wheaton week 1?
Yeah, Coach Hal's got a good team over there. He's doing the right things, putting things in place. He definitely knows how to do that. He's a guy with plenty of experience in the county. We had a lot of good work over the summer. Got some joint work with Northwood one day, which was great. Got in a 3-team scrimmage with WJ and Magruder, which is always good bump, well-coached teams. And then we're up at Clarksburg this past Friday and had a good time up there, got some good work in with them. So, yeah, man, we're ready to go.
What year is this for you, Coach Arcel?
This is going to be my 5th year.
Okay, and this is Nassau's 7th, correct?
7th as the head coach. I think his 9th overall in the program, but his 7th as the head coach.
Okay. You guys, as we've talked, we've said it so many times. I think this is probably the last year I'm gonna make sure that I say this because the change is in. I mean, you guys have changed the culture at Blair. How does that feel knowing that you guys are pretty much one of those teams that you gotta respect every year?
I mean, it feels good, but you never want to feel satisfied because seemingly, no matter what you do, there's always going to be people that don't believe, and that's fine. The only people we need to believe are the coaches and the players in our building. What anybody else chooses to believe is up to them. But as long as we have the belief of the guys in our program, that's what's important to us, and that's what we need.
Got you. Speaking of which, let me ask you this question about the program. I mean, last year, similar to what I was speaking with Blake, you guys have lost a lot. E.J. Boyd, you lost Miles Hassel, Dylan Rinaldi as well. Also, Junior Rodriguez going to Blake this year. You guys have lost a lot. So a lot of people are wondering if this new turnover going to be able to match that what you guys had. What is your response to that?
That's the beauty of high school football. So there's turnover every year. This isn't the NFL where you're going to get guys and keep them together for 5-10 years. High school, there's that turnover all the time. So we've been blessed. We have the Hall of Famer Jeff Seals as our JV head coach, and our JV program has bred a wonderful feeder system for us. As varsity coaches, we've always been very involved with the JV as well. So we really kind of try to groom, the young men in the way that we need them to be on varsity. And, we're always ready to reload. So, we love all those guys that they graduated. We love all the guys that were with us last year, but we love the group that we have now. Guys, we had a lot of sophomores on our varsity last year that are now juniors with experience, and I feel like that's going to help us quite a bit. We have a very, very large junior class that will contribute. The senior class this year is not very big, but a lot of them are good, important contributors for us. So much so that we actually, for the first time in my 5 years at Blair, our varsity is composed of all seniors and juniors. We actually have only one underclassman that's going to be on the varsity this year. So,
oh, okay. Can you speak about some of the players on the offensive side?
Yeah, for sure. Not to single guys out, because obviously I want to mention them all, but start at the quarterback, because that's where we always start. So we've got Jacob Zyron and Malachi Rice are our quarterbacks, and they have made our job incredibly difficult to make a decision. So much so that we have not finalized a decision yet. They both really, really played well for us over the summer. Both performed well when we were, going against our, doing our joint practice and scrimmage competition. Super talented guys, great leaders, really have done everything that we've asked of them. So really excited to have both of those guys on our roster. Coming back at receiver, Jaden Parker. This will be his third year starting on varsity. Jaden has been a dog since day one. Just super high football IQ, almost to the point where I don't know that he realizes how high it is. He just does a lot of things instinctually that are right on the field. And then the rest of our receiving core, super talented as well. We've got a lot of guys that we can count on, so a lot of interchangeable pieces at receiver. So, Ben Giblin, great talent. Really looking forward to him. Kyson Harris has made huge strides. Tyler Wade will be a big contributor for us this year. Mikey King Bautista as well. You got guys like Noah Smith that could contribute on the offense. Running back wise, we've got our two lead dogs, and it's going to be a multi-headed monster. So we've got Nate Watkins, younger brother of one of the all-time greats at Blair, Chris Watkins, who is actually on staff now as our running backs coach.
Yeah.
Former Towson Tiger, so great to add him to the staff. And then Lucas Copeland will be coming back for his second year on varsity as a junior, helping in that running back room. So, yeah, in the offensive line, man, we actually had our 5th annual lineman quarterback dinner last night. So those guys went out to Outback Steakhouse and had a nice time. Our offensive line group is pretty deep, and they're all really young. So, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that I believe we have one senior lineman. All the rest are juniors. So they are a group that have grown together from JV now up on to varsity, and we'll look forward to continuing that growth.
Gotcha. I want to ask you something about your schedule. The schedule that I'm not, I don't know the word I'm trying to use, but you guys have a interesting schedule. I think it's one of the hardest. How do you guys get the kids to not, worry about who they're playing or who social media is talking about? How do you get the guys to focus and lock in so you guys can have a good season with the schedule you all have?
Yeah, no, that's actually a great question. And Coach Nossoff does a really good job of this. He had a cool idea. I think last year was the first year we started doing it, possibly 2 years ago. But um, during the last week of camp, so we did it this week. He writes out every game we have on the board, and he has the whole team in there, and we let the team, we just ask them, hey, what do we want to come out of this game saying? What do we want? Give me a couple words of what our goal is to come out of this game saying. And each week as we go through the season, when it gets to that particular week on the schedule, we remind the players, hey, this is what y'all said you want to come out of this week saying. Is this performance in practice going to lead to that result? So, we kind of take it literally week by week. We have a goal, knowing our opponent, of, like I said, what we want to come out of that week feeling like.
Got you. And I'm gonna I got two more questions. I'm not gonna let you. I'm not. I know you got. I know you. That's. I call him OG for a reason.
We good, man. We good. Go.
Okay. First question is, what's your favorite uniform combination?
I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
So I love all of them. I love all of them. I believe we've got 12 different uniform combinations.
The organ
My
of
favorite,
the organ of the Mo.
My favorite is actually kind of an underrated one because last year was the first year we had it, but I love the red jerseys with the gray pants.
I
just think that's a super clean, super classic look because with the black helmet, the red face mask, you get all the colors highlighted in there. It's a nice contrast. So, but they're all awesome. I mean, they're all amazing. So
the gray pants surprisingly works with all the jerseys. I'm not gonna lie.
And that's the thing. So, like Coach and I, when we talked about uniforms, and he'll consult with me. Not that he necessarily needs my permission for anything. He's the head guy, but he knows I kind of have my finger on the pulse of what the kids like uniform wise, because what I do with Dime U and whatnot. So we talked about it, and I suggested the gray pants for that reason. I said because they're going to go with everything. It's just a really classic kind of clean look.
Okay. You mentioned Chris Watkins. There's been some turnaround on the coaching staff as well. Could you let everybody know about the new coaches?
Yeah, we got a handful of. What's that?
And the ones that are still there as well.
Yeah, no, we got a handful of new coaches to to kind of go with the guys that we've had. So it was really more about adding coaches than necessarily replacing. We had a receiver coach last year who got a job down in Florida. That was, he was a young guy just out of college, so he got an opportunity, a job offer, and he'd be silly not to take it. So we did bring in a new receiver coach this year, Antoine Carter. Played at University of Maryland, has an arena football background, so him and I kind of jive there. He really understands what I want from the receivers because we both kind of come from the same pedigree in that way. Chris Watkins coming on to coach our running backs and special teams. Chris Watkins, I've coached at Blair for 5 years, and I've heard his name 1,000 times because he's just, one of the all-time great running backs we've had come through Blair. Just finished up his college career at Towson. So he'll be coaching running backs. He'll also be the special teams coordinator, offensive coordinator, quarterbacks, obviously myself, Coach Aaron Carter, who is a, Hall of Famer in his own right as the defensive coordinator. He's been coaching in high school, I think, since before I was in high school, with stints at Gaithersburg and Seneca Valley back in their heyday in the 90s. He's been on staff, since before me. So, all of that is intact. Defensive backs, we've got a combination of two new coaches. So Coach EJ, who also served as the defensive coordinator, and Coach Dez, who was a Blair alum, will be helping out with the DBs. And then for the first time this year, we've actually got a fully dedicated JV staff, which was a a big point of emphasis for Coach Nossoff in the offseason. So we brought on Damon Page to be our JV offensive coordinator. So he'll be calling the plays for the JV. And then, as I mentioned, Coach EJ Cahill will be calling the defense on the JV to go along with Coach Shields, who is the JV head coach. He's also our offensive line coach. And then Coach Nance will be there on the offensive line. And then Coach Baker will be coming back. We just got word he'll be helping out again with the defensive line. So, yeah, we're excited. We've got a full staff, bunch of guys ready to go.
Okay. And here's a personal question I wanted to ask, because I usually keep them separate. But
Sure.
we're talking MoCo football and the best of the best, the youth. How does it feel to have so many athletes this year representing in MoCo football?
It's great, man. It's it's always cool when something that you create is received well by people, and what better attests to that is what you created here, with MoCo Center. So I know you kind of have the same feeling. You created something, and people kind of gravitate towards it, and it is cool. The coolest thing for me about it is watching these kids. We had 120 kids try out last year for the 7-on-7. We ended up with 40 total between the 18 and 15U, and watching these kids from, I think, over 30 different high schools now, have a relationship with each other, have a friendship, have a brotherhood with each other. So I'm watching guys that go to different schools support each other, and just the bonds that they are able to make through something that myself and my staff was able to create is really cool.
Got you. I'm gonna get you out on this one. What did you all have to say to those that are sleeping on the Blair Blazers this year?
Keep sleeping. You'll wake up eventually.
Oh, and one word to describe this team.
Ready. Ready to get going.
Hey, man. Thank you, Coach Urso, for being here. Tell Nossoff, I understand, because he texted me while we was on the show. So
yeah, he's got his hands full, man. For those that don't know, he just had his second daughter.
Congratulations to him.
Ago. So he's got one that's just turned 1 and one that just came into this world. So his hands are beyond full.
And he already knows he'll be back over here at some point. We got Blazer Week coming up, as we do every year. So thank you, Coach Urso, and thank you, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate all you do, and stuff like this. It means a ton to the kids, and it's really great to give high school sports in this area a platform, because it's important.
Hey, we wouldn't be where we are without you guys' help, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. And those Blazers, as we said earlier, they take on the Wheaton Knights this Friday. Hey, listen, man. We are at the end of our show. And listen, week 1 is on Friday, man. If you don't know, if you didn't know, now you know. We are in the Mo. We in the South Mo. Like I said, we got Paint Branch Quince Orchard. Ooh, yes, sir. We're going to be there. Me and Jiggy J. Jones, we're going to be there. Then you got Blair versus Wheaton at Blair High School. You got Northwest at Blake. Ooh, that's going to be a big one. You got BCC traveling to Churchill. And then you got Seneca Valley versus Clarksburg. Hey, Richard Montgomery, Damascus. Einstein at Springbrook. Northwood at Watkins Mill. Magruder at Sherwood. WJ going to Gaithersburg. Kennedy hosting Whitman. And Poolsville goes on the road to Winters Mill. Hey, man, we have a great season ready for you guys. I cannot wait. Each and every Sunday morning, we are here at 10 a.m. Hey, North Mo, South Mo, in between Mo. You already know what time it is. I got y'all. Ciao.